Your camera has a sophisticated light metering system built into it so that every time that you take a photo, it can work out the right shutter speed, aperture, and ISO that you need to get the right exposure. The thing that a lot of people don't realize though is that the light meter in your camera has different modes that you can choose from to help you get even better shots in difficult conditions. Now, the number of modes that you've got available in your camera is going to depend on the brand and model camera that you're using, but there's 3 modes that pretty much exist on all cameras. And again, depending on the brand of camera that you used, they may have different names for these. However, they're generally known as evaluative mode, center weighted mode, and spot metering mode, but depending on which camera you have, they may call them something slightly different. By default though, your camera is going to be set to evaluative metering, and the way that that works is that when you press the shutter button to take a photo, the camera measures the light from everything that it sees in the frame. Now, the camera can't tell what it's looking at, it can only see a series of pixels and how bright they are. So instead of a tree, water and the sky, it sees some bright pixels over here and some darker pixels over here. In fact, the camera will show you what it can see via the histogram on the screen on the back of your camera. And the histogram simply displays the number of pixels it can see for the different brightness values. In this example, it can see some bright pixels and some darker pixels. The light meter will then calculate a spot somewhere in between the darkest and the brightest object in the photo, and it will automatically set all the values for you. The only exception is that if you're in manual mode, it won't change anything for you, but it will show you a marker on the light meter indicator, and you just have to change the settings until the marker is on the 0 mark. And this mode will work 99% of the time, but every once in a while you'll run into some difficult situations where there's some really bright things and some really dark things in the same shot. And the dynamic range of your camera won't be enough to capture the whole scene in one shot. And because the whole thing doesn't fit, the camera tries to squeeze in the highlights and the shadows so that it does fit. And when it does this, it crushes the highlights and the shadows, because in order to compress it, you have to get rid of some of the information. The thing is that once you crush your highlights and or shadows, that information is gone for good. You cannot recover it. So what do you do? Well, this is where the other modes come in handy, because whilst evaluative mode measures everything in the scene, center weighted metering measures light from a smaller part of the frame. In fact, as the name suggests, it prioritizes only the center part of the frame, because typically the subject is going to be in the center part of the frame. And the result is that you get a much better exposure for the subject. And this can work better than exposure compensation, because when the light changes, the camera will automatically update the settings for the new lighting conditions. And then you might have a situation where there is a specific subject or a specific area in the photo that we want to prioritize over everything else. For these scenarios, we have spot metering. Spot metering shrinks the measurement area to an even smaller part of the frame, and it will only measure that part and ignore everything else. And this is really handy for when you have to nail the exposure on your subject and you're not really bothered about everything else in the frame. So here I'm in spot metering mode, and you can see how the values change as I point the camera to different things. It's pretty much ignoring anything outside of that small area in the center of the frame. And depending on which camera you have, you might even be able to link the spot meter to your focus point, which means that your subject doesn't have to be in the middle of the frame. Here's an example of me taking a photograph of the moon, and when I use evaluative metering and even center weighted metering, it doesn't compensate for how bright the moon is, and I simply can't recover the details of the moon because it's too bright. But when I use spot metering, it nails the exposure and I can capture all of the details on the moon. Now in this case, the rest of the image looks too dark, but I can bring up the shadows enough to help support my subject. Now on top of these 3 modes, you may have other modes on your camera, but these are the 3 that you're going to find on pretty much all cameras. And if you've ever used any of these modes, I would love to hear about what kind of scenarios you've used them in. And if you found the video useful, then don't forget to give the video a like and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And if you have any questions about metering, then make sure to leave them in the comment section below, because I do my best to read and reply to as many comments as I can. But that's it for this video. I hope you found it useful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.